Is coming up for the NARC 410 Sprint Cars here, opening night of the 2025 season. The salute to Leroy Van Connet. Heat race number 1, brought to you by Brown & Miller Racing Solutions. BMRS is a leader in the motorsports industry, manufacturing racing components that consistently deliver top quality products and services while pushing for continuous improvement. Their products are used by just about every NARC team in the pit area. For more, check out bmrs.net. Here's your lineup for this first heat race. On the pole in the 83T, driving the family's entry out of Lincoln, California, in a rider-powered Maxim chassis. Sponsored by California Waterfowl, Taylor Morrison, K1 Race Gear, Airy Helmet, CVC Concrete, and TC Guide Service, it's Tanner Carrick. Outside of him, in the 7B, the Bjork Racing entry out of Oroville, California, driving a Schaefer-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Bjork Construction Company, D&J Construction Rental Equipment, Roxy Properties, Fire Protection Management, and Channel Lumber, a former King of the West champion, the Shark, Sean Becker. Starting third, in the BK Motorsports Century, number 29 out of Campbell, California, Shaver-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Alviso Rock, Williams Roofing, Hi-Fi Pizza, DF Rios, Kitty Performance, and Electric Construction Company. Another former NARC champion, 3-time USAC Silver Crown champion, Bud Kading. Starting fourth, your quick qualifier new track record holder, the 88N, the Netto Ag entry out of Hanford, California, a rider-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by Netto Ag, Penny Newman Green, Van De Paul, Smith Tie, and Mechanic's Choice, it's DJ Netto. In the X1, driving the F&F Racing entry out of Susan City, California, a Donut-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Bushy Financial Services, C&H Motor Parts, Sierra Single Ply, Quick Change, Energy Drink, and CRV Carbon Solutions, it's Chance Grasty. Starting sixth, in the Zero car, the Williams Motorsports entry out of San Jose, California, in a Maxwell-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Matco Disposal, Swimming Pool Perfections, Advanced Auto Center, Caps Powder Coating, and Maxwell Racing Engines. Another former champion, it's TK Tim Kading. Starting seventh in the 3 car, driving his own entry out of Templeton, California, Speedway-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Luxon Real Estate, State Paso, Woodland Auto Display, and David Cry Engineering, it's Caleb Montgomery. Starting 8th, in the main motorsports entry, driver out of Harrisburg, Oregon, as the drivers do a quick hot lap. Starting 8th, in the main motorsports entry out of Harrisburg, Oregon, driving a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Colmaine Motorsports, Ham Construction, A-Main Trucking, and Wedge High Performance Kart. A multi-time Cottage Grove Speedway track champion is Tyler Thompson. And starting 9th, in the 78 car, driving his own entry all the way here from Reeder, North Dakota, in a Kistler-powered J&J chassis, sponsored by Wagner Aeronautical, the Shack Outfitters, and Larson Construction, it's Bill Wagner. That's your lineup for Brown & Miller Racing Solutions, heat race number 1. 8 laps the distance, and here we go. 2025 NARC season underway. Sean Becker to the point. Over Tanner Carrick, DJ Netto, and Bud Kading. Tyler Thompson passing a few cars already. He's up to 5th in that yellow and orange 35 km. Now battling with Tim Kading for position. Oh, a little bit of a wheel stand by Thompson there. Close quarters with TK. Everyone keeps going up front. Sean Becker, your leader. 3 laps in, 5 to go. Yellow flag is out. We have a car spinning over in turn 3. Caleb Montgomery doing a 360. They will, even if the driver keeps going, they will throw the yellow flag for a 360. So Caleb Montgomery will have to go to the rear in the 3 car. 25 cars, so no B main to plan for tonight. Everyone will run in the feature. Drivers going to the dash will be your heat race winner and the fastest qualifier in the top 5. Those are the cars that will go to the dash out of each heat race. So right now, Sean Becker is your leader. DJ Netter, your quick qualifier. If he stays top 5, he would automatically be in the dash. The double file. Tanner Carrick will line up outside of Becker. Then it's Neto and Bud Kading. Then Thompson and Tim Kading. Back underway. TK by Thompson for 5th. Bud Kading going after Neto for 3rd. Halfway through this first heat race, Carrick trying to get inside of Becker. Becker running the higher line, making a stick up there. Throws it in to keep Carrick from getting a run on him. And here comes Carrick inside again. Becker has that momentum off the top. Less than 2 laps to go. And yellow flag comes out. Someone has hit the Uke tire in turn 1. And the Uke tire is sitting right there, smack dab of the turns 1 and 2. We welcome everyone watching on FloRacing. Hearing from some friends out in Colorado. Young Cole Chandler checking in from Southern California as well. John Pipe, dwarf car racer, his son Merrick, accomplished micro sprint racer already as well. They are tuned in on FloRacing. We race again about a month, Friday, April 4th at Ocean Speedway, and then we're back here the next night, April 5th, for the Asparagus Cup at Stockton. If you can't make it to a NARC 410 Sprint Car event, watch live on FloRacing.com. Or if you're here with us tonight, enjoy the races in person and then go watch the replay at home. See if you missed anything. It's a great deal. FloRacing also carries the High Limit Racing Series and a number of other regional sprint car events. USAC as well, IRA sprint cars out east. That's all on FloRacing and a bunch of other stuff as well. Well worth the cost. All right, single file for this restart with 2 laps remaining in this first heat race presented by Brown and Miller Racing Solutions. Sean Becker looking to lock himself in to the Beacon Wealth Strategies Trophy Dash with a win. DJ Nell looking to lock in via his qualifying time. Here we go. And look at Carrick trying the outside. He wants to get into the trophy dash. Becker trying to hold on. He's going to go outside. He's going to take the lead off of turn 4 at the white flag. Down the back straightaway, Becker trying to make a move. He's going to run out of time. Tanner Carrick wins heat race number 1 over Sean Becker, DJ Neto, Bud Kading, Caleb Montgomery, and Chance Grasty. Tanner Carrick in the 83T from Lincoln, California, driving the family's rider-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by California Waterfowl, Taylor Morrison, K1 Race Gear, Area Helmets, CVC Concrete, and TC Guide Service. Your winner of Brown and Miller Racing Solutions, Heat Race 1. Have Bud Kading stopped on the track on the front stretch here. We'll get him back out off the racetrack. Raz Sonoma, watching from Alberta, Canada. Our friends north of the border tuning in. Chemo's Tropical Car Wash Heat Race number 2 coming up. Chemo's has 3 car washes in the greater Reedley area. Go stop by one of his locations, get cleaned up after the races. Jim Tavis, the owner of Chemo's Tropical Car Washes. He's a former NARC Hammer Down Rookie of the Year. Wanting to show his support still. And this is the lineup for Chemo's Tropical Car Wash Heat Race number 2. On the pole, in the 17W, the Matt Wood Racing entry, driver from Fremont, California, Kistler-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by NOS Energy Drink, Southern Pacific Farms, and MV Drywall, it's Shane Golobic. Starting second, in the snow racing entry, driving out of Glendale, Arizona, in a snow-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Gary Silver Ranches, Moose's LZ, beg your pardon, Bar and Grill, XXX Raceco, Safety Clean, Walker Filtration, Collins Brothers Towing, and Butler Built Seats. Former Tulsa Shootout winner and Extreme Midget Series Rookie of the Year. Moving up to the 410s, Ashton Torgerson. Starting third in the 10 car, a Friday night winner at the Dirt Cup last year. In the 42 driver development entry out of Clovis, California, a rider-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Silva's All Natural Beef, JI Apparel, Smith Tie, MPD Racing, Keating Performance, Bell Helmets, K1 Race Gear, and Walker Performance Filtration. That is Dominic Gordon. Starting fourth in the 2XM, the Mitri Motorsports entry out of Redding, California, in a shark-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by MitriConstruction.com, Shasta Realty Group, and Steve Manning Construction. It's Max Mitri. Starting fifth in the 92, out of Auburn, California, driving the PHR Racing entry, Donut powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Pacific Highway Rentals, Meridian Camera, Highway Specialties, Oroville Tax, and MCK Paving. One of the greats, Andy Forsberg. Starting sixth in the 26 car, driving his own entry out of Benicia, California, a Fisher powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Legacy Glass, Red Line Oil, Transportation Unlimited, Billy Aton Painting, and MTFX Graphics and DNS Services. It's Billy Aton. Starting seventh in the 2K, the Keller Motorsports entry out of Lemoore, California. A Speedway-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Monarch Ford, Dawson Malton Construction, Legacy of California, Justice Brothers Lubricants, Radon, Cobra's Mobile Detailing, and GH Auto Parts. It's Gage Garcia. And your eighth starter in the 75 car. Driving the Sparks Racing entry out of Sparks, Nevada. Driving a Donut powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Yak Graphics, Gerhardt and Barry, Bill Smith Repair, Sierra Fuel, MedTech, Titanium, and Tynerhurst Enterprises. It's Bill Smith. And that is your lineup for Chemo's Tropical Car Wash Heat Race number 2. Another 8 laps. 2 more drivers will lock in your heat race winner and the fastest from qualifying who finishes in the top 5. Right now, Max Mitri, who was second fastest. All he needs to do is finish top 5 in that 2XM and he'll go to the dash along with the winner of this heat race. Shane Golobic, one of the best in California. Ashton Torgerson, outside of him, that's your front row. He too goes green. Golobic to the lead. In the Matt Wood Racing entry. Oh, a big bobble by Mitch. He's going to go way to the back. He's going to bring it to a stop and bring out the caution flag. So tough break for Max Mitri. He'll have to pass a few cars now to get back into the top 5 and get himself locked into the dash. Looks like they're going to give the field the 1 lap here, so we're underway as they double file. So it's Golubic and Torgerson. Front row, then it's Gordon and Forsberg, then Aton and Keller. Smith and Mitri. Back underway. And look at Torgerson trying to run the top side. Drag race into turn 3. Golubic throws it in. And he's going to lead this lap. Torgerson right on his rear nerf bar. And Torgerson not getting around turns 1 and 2 that well. Golubic moves away some. Here comes Andy Forsberg going after Gordon for 3rd. Has to back off and Gordon moved up the racetrack some. Billy Aton running in 5th in that 26 car. Unofficial, but Dominic Gordon, if Max Mitri cannot get into the top 5, I believe Dominic Gordon may get himself into the dash. Right now, Mitri is running in 7th. That's unofficial, of course. We're halfway through this heat race. And Golubic has checked out. Meanwhile, Forsberg running in 4th over Billy Aton. Golubic has just checked out here. He is about 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. As you can see a look at the rest of the field. There he is, all by himself. Shane Golubic won last Friday and another event up in Chico at the Silver Dollar Speedway opening night of the Silver Cup. And checkered flag is how he wins this easily. Torgerson 2nd, Gordon 3rd, Forsberg, Aton, Garcia, Mitri, and Smith. Winning Chemo's Tropical Car Wash Heat Race number 2. In the 17W, driving the Matt Wood Racing entry out of Fremont, California, driving a Kistler-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by NOS Energy Drink, Southern Pacific Farms, and MV Drywall, Shane Golubic. Heat race number 3 coming up here, and it's sponsored by the people who got those carts right out front there. Wedge High Performance Karts Heat Race number 3. Wedge Karts is redefining what it means to race. Born from a passion for speed and skill, their fully custom, hand-built wedge frame karts are crafted for pure performance. Powered by sealed motors and designed to emphasize driver technique, wedge karts aren't just machines, they're the ultimate challenge to the status quo. Check out Wedge Karts, no E on Wedge, wedgekarts.com. Here's your lineup for heat race number 3. On the pole, in the 21 car, the Tarleton Motorsports entry, driver from Jacksonville, Oregon, a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis. Sponsored by Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Family, Shane DeWald Trucking, Oroville Tax, and Factory Cane Shocks. That team already found victory lane last week. There, we'll watch them here. Tanner Holmes on the pole in the 21 car. Starting second in the 83V, the Vertulo Racing entry out of Oakley, California, driving a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis. Sponsored by Gary Silva, Bowman & Sons, Vallejo and Martinez Coin Exchange, Air One HVAC, Morris Concrete, Silva's All Natural Beef, and Simpson Race Products, it's Dylan Bloomfield. Starting third, the BCCR entry out of Easton, California, driving a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis. Sponsored by Tarleton & Son, Ardent Construction, Sandcal Services, and Bandy & Associates, it's Caden Steele. Starting fourth in the 2X, the Mitri Motorsports entry out of Aromas, California. Twice a winner here last year. Driving a Fisher-powered KPC chassis. Sponsored by MitriConstruction.com, Yuba Sutter Aviation, North County Plastering, High Performance Lubricants, FK Rod Ends, and TJ Forge. He is your reigning King of the West, your NARC champion, Justin Sanders. Starting fifth in the 12J, the Team CCI entry out of Windsor, California. Kistler-powered Helix chassis, sponsored by CCI Electrical, Buster's Southern Barbecue, Jerry's Valero Gas Station, Van Lair Steering Repair, and Ediger Enterprises is John Clark. Starting sixth in the 12 car, driving the family's entry out of Gilroy, California. Donut-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Transport Products Unlimited, CNH Veteran Enterprises, King Racing Products, Simpson Racing Products, Mass Brothers Powder Coating, Factory Cane, and Incon Services. It's Jarrett Soares. Starting seventh in the 14 car, in the Ead Motorsports entry out of Fresno, California. Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Pacific Boring, M&L Plumbing, and Circle J5 Ranch. It's Mariah Ead. And starting eighth in the 551, the Bell Racing entry from Sacramento in a Kistler-powered Helix chassis, sponsored by Clearwater Lights and Simpson Race Products, it's Angelique Bell. And just like that, lights are out. Wedge High Performance Karts, Heat Race 3 goes green. Oh, problem for Holmes, tagged by Bell. Oh my goodness, problem on the start of that one. And disaster on this for your pole sitter at the start of this one. Tanner Holmes slid to a stop. Angelique Bell unable to avoid. And Bell, she has stopped on the exit of the racetrack. Car has died. And Holmes, that right, or left front, I should say, got tagged a bit there. We'll see if he needs a tow or not. Would not surprise me here. From our vantage point up here, we see the back of the car. So we will have a complete restart, and suddenly we're down to 6 cars that are rolling. Ironically enough, your pole sitter and your last starter were the 2 cars involved in that. By the way, from the Frisbee toss, the last Zion the Bear stuffed animal with a small NARC Racing shirt on has not been claimed. So if you have that last Frisbee that is marked as such to get that free toy, come get it, as we see Holmes' car on the hook. And the Angelique Bell photo has not been claimed yet either. There should be a Frisbee out there with a photo of her car on it, the 551 car. If you have that one, come on up here to the announce booth and claim it. If they're still up here after a little while, well, I'll just go give them away.
Kubota High Limit Season 2 is here. The dirt track series that shook the world is back. Bigger, faster, and ready to make history. It all begins under the bright lights of Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada on March 13th. Kubota High Limit is over 60 races with nearly $6 million on the line, and the series that lets drivers call their own shots. Missed last year's action? Catch up with Dirt Season 2 on Flow March 12th. High Limit isn't just about competition, it's about freedom, where the best go head-to-head without limits. Join Brad Sweet, Tyler Courtney, Rico Abreu, and the biggest names in dirt racing as they battle for glory and take fans along for the wildest ride of the year. From the first green flag to the epic finale, High Limit is more than racing, it's a movement. Kubota High Limit is all in.
All right, looks like lights are out. It's gonna be a complete restart. And here we go, let's try this again. Bloomfield and Steele both running up the racetrack a little bit. Close quarters, Bloomfield to the lead. And officials say they don't like that one. Officials decided they did not agree with the start, so we'll have a third try at this. Oh, so a new front row. Sanders and Clark. That's your new front row now. Sanders already, if he finished top 5, back in the way, he'd be locked in with a top 5 finish. It would not even need to win. And that start is no good either. So having a little bit of fun trying to get heat race number 3 going. Your Wedge High Performance Karts third heat race. And this time they called it on the outside instead of sending the whole row back. So the lineup nowhere near what it originally was. See what's going on here. Okay, they called it on the inside. Just shuffling everybody around. They called that one on Sanders, it looks like. So let's see, as we see the NARC official down there at the bottom of turn 4 say, hey, this is where you start the race. Take 4 for heat race number 3. You're gonna have one of those once in a while. Clark and Bloomfield, front row, we're underway. Clark, by the way, originally was slated to start 5th. He ended up on the pole here. And this start looks much better. They're gonna let it go. We're underway. Bloomfield, your leader. Over Caden Steele, Justin Sanders, and Mariah Eid. And yellow flag is out. And once again, someone has hit the Uke tire at the entrance to turn 1. That is the second time that Uke tire has been sent onto the racetrack. We get trying to make you want to make the racetrack as wide as possible and use all of it, but you physically cannot widen it like that. Just does not work out. We're going to go with a single file restart for this one. We did get 2 laps in. Dylan Bloomfield, your leader, over Caden Steele, Justin Sanders, Mariah Eid, and John Clark. Jared Soares behind him. That last Zion the Bear stuffed animal has been claimed also. So all three of them have been claimed from the Frisbee toss. All right, back underway. See if we can get some laps in and get this one wrapped up. Bloomfield continues to lead. Picked up over a half-second advantage over Caden Steele. Halfway through, 4 down and 4 to go. There's Caden Steele from a Rookie of the Year. There's the champion, Justin Sanders, looking to lock himself into the trophy dash. He was the fastest qualifier of this heat race. He was 3rd overall. And that young man right there, Dylan Bloomfield, trying to lock himself in with the heat race victory. White flag from Ed Entz one more time around. Down the backstretch for the last time. Making his way through 3 and out of 4. Wedge High Performance Cards Heat 3 goes to Dylan Bloomfield. Caden Steele is 2nd, as Justin Sanders, Mariah Eid, John Clark, and Jarrett Soares. Locking himself into the Beacon Wealth Strategies Trophy Dash with the win in Wedge High Performance Cards Heat Race number 3 in the 83V, the Vertillo Racing entry, driver from Oakley, California, Kistler powered Maxim chassis. Sponsored by Gary Silva, Bowman & Sons, Vallejo and Martinez Coin Exchange, Air One HVAC, Morris Concrete, Silva's All Natural Beef, and Simpson Race Products. Let him hear ya, Dylan Bloomfield. It's like Sean Whitney, dwarf car racing extraordinaire. Back in Marysville in September at a Western States National, won the C main, won the B main, and won the A main that night. I saw that. That was incredible to see here, but doing a little test lap in his dwarf car. Gary, I think we have the Hunt Magneto Wingless Sprint cars here, and Gary, it's all yours, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew Kunis, as we get set for a trio of upcoming heat races with the Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Sprint cars. Heat race number 1 presented by Bannock Enterprises. Starting lineup will look like this on the pole. In the 79, it's going to be Mark Hansen. To the outside, the 22, Braden Moniz. Row 2 on the inside, 3T, Bryant Bell. To the outside, fast time tonight from Stockton, 33, DJ Johnson. Row 3 to the inside, the 1 is going to be Nate Schenk. To the outside, 92A, Jeff Scotto. Final row, the 14M, Joe McCoy, and the 17J, Josh Young, was the car that got upside down earlier on in hot laps. Heat race number 1, again presented by Bannock Enterprises for the Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour. Heat race number 1 presented by Binnick Enterprises. Again, Mark Hansen, 79 on the pole alongside 22 Braden Moniz, 3T Bryant Bell, and 33 DJ Johnson. Row 2, the 1 and Nate Schenk, 92A Jeff Scotto, 14M of Joe McCoy. 8 laps of distance, heat race number 1 for the Wingless Warriors. Drag race down into turn 1. Mark Hansen down low will snag the early lead. Ahead of Braden Moniz, here comes Bryant Bell, shot out of a can. He'll go to second and challenger leader there momentarily. Here comes Bell. Lap number 1 will be led by Bryant Bell. Here comes DJ Johnson though. Johnson, the defending champion of the Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour, moves into second. He'll make the pass of Mark Hansen. Now we'll look to come after your leader, Bryant Bell. Bell again in that famous Ted Finkenbinder number 3T car. Here comes the 33 DJ of DJ Johnson all over him. You're watching it at home on FloRacing. That time by 3 laps down, Johnson, the fastest car on the track. Mark Hansen showed third, Braden Moniz fourth, Jeff Scotto rounding out the top 5. That time by 4 laps down and 4 to go. At the line, 0.4 of a second, the gap between Bryant Bell and DJ Johnson. There's a look at the Toyota sponsored number 3T, pitching that thing big time sideways. Here comes DJ Johnson though. Just a couple car lengths separate your top 2 with 2 to go. That time by Johnson, the fastest lap of the race. Can DJ make something happen with Bryant Bell up front? Bell, one of the favorites in the WMR midget ranks. White flag is out. Here comes Johnson. Battle for the lead down to the back straightaway. Final set of corners coming up. Checker flag is going to wave. It's going to be Bryant Bell picking up the win narrowly over DJ Johnson. Mark Hansen third, Braden Moniz fourth, and Jeff Scotto in 5th. Well, got close at the end there. However, Bryant Bell able to pick up the victory by just a car length over DJ Johnson, Mark Hansen, Braden Moniz, and Jeff Scotto. Once again, 50-50 raffle taking place down in front of us. 2 prizes tonight. 1 ticket drawn for the cash, and the 2nd ticket drawn for a kid's bike that once again was graciously donated by our friends Chicks in Crisis. Big thank you to them for all of their support. Heat race number 2 up next, presented by ART Speed Equipment. On the pole, we find the 95 of Joshua Wooten. To the outside, 87R Tim Sherman Jr. Row 2 on the inside, 36 Battlin' Bob Newberry. To the outside, second quick tonight, 2-time Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour champion Jake Morgan, 70J. Third row to the inside, 31P Ethan Lamprey. On his outside, the 18 is going to be Josh Gillis. Final starter, 27 Steve Mayonki. 7 cars, 8 laps. Heat race number 2 for the Hunt Series. Just surface in pristine shape as we get set for heat race number 2. Presented by ART Speed Equipment, Joshua Wooten and Tim Sherman Jr. on the front row. Joshua Wooten leading. Here comes Jake Morgan, though. Morgan already goes to second. He'll shoot to the lead in the 7EJ. Lap number 1 led by Jake Morgan. Jake, the 2022 and 2019 Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour champion. Bob Newberry now trying to take over second from Joshua Wooten. Wooten swings a little wide. Here comes Battling Bob down low. Bob Newberry, one of the longtime veterans of Wingless spec sprint racing. He'll take over the runner-up spot. That'll relegate Wooten back to third. Ethan Lamprey running along in fourth, followed by Tim Sherman, Josh Gillis, and Steve Maonke. Last time by, Jake Morgan turned the fastest lap of the race. He possesses a 1.5 second lead as he clicks off lap number 4. Good looking 70J older car, always one of the fine Wingless spec sprints out here in NorCal. Should be a potent combination this season with Jake Morgan behind the wheel. Bob Newberry there in the Delta RC 36 in the runner-up spot. Here with 5 laps down, 3 to go. Jake Morgan getting even faster. Lap and a half to go for the Fair Oaks driver. Ooh, big time bounce over there in 3 and 4 though. No harm, no foul except the white flag. Morgan, the all-time leader at non-wing sprint car victories at Placerville Speedway. And around the final set of corners and pick up the victory in heat race number 2, give it to Jake Morgan. Bob Newberry flashes across the line in second, and Joshua Wooten runs third. Well, there you have it. Jake Morgan dominates heat race number 2 for the victory over Bob Newberry, Joshua Wooten, Ethan Lamprey, Tim Sherman Jr., Josh Gillis, and Steve Maonke. Final heat race up next of the program, presented by King Racing Products. Not going to need heat race number 4, heat race 4, sponsored by Santa Maria Racing Products. Lineup for heat race number 3, though, looks like this. On the pole, the defending winner of the NorCal Posse shootout at Placerville last year. The 2STX is Brent Steck. 2 is outside. In the 2, it's going to be Kevin Box. Row 2, 47, Heath Holtzclaw. 2 is outside. Third quick tonight, 2-time Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour champion, Sean Jones, in the 14. Third row to the inside, we find the number 9. It's Paul Vandenberg. To the outside, the 7L, Kevin Gray. Final starter in the 49, Daniel DeKaiser. 7 cars, 8 laps. Final heat race here at the Salute to Leroy Van Connet. Heat race number 3, the final one of the evening. Brent Stack and Kevin Box lead us into 1 and 2. Here comes Sean Jones already to second. He may want to take over the top spot, entering turn number 3. Lap 1 led by Steck over Sean Jones. Kevin Box, then Heath Holtzclaw. Jones trying to set up Brent Steck. Both those cars bouncing around off turn number 4 down to lap number 2. And Sean Jones, smooth as always in that Breeze Motorsports number 14 car. Enters a little bit higher. He'll now diamond the exit. Try to pull alongside your leader, Brent Steck. Steck holds the bottom preferred groove through 1 and 2. Sean Jones right there on him. 3 laps down, 5 to go. Here comes Jones, wound up with another run into turn 1. He'll blast it to the high side. Trying to hit that mark off turn number 2. Sean Jones all over Brent Steck. Down the front straightaway they come. Jones once again going to enter a little bit higher. Maybe Sean Jones can work that high line in here tonight. Lost a little bit of ground there to Brent Steck though. This time by 6 down, 2 to go. Down the back straightaway, this time by the white flag is going to wave for your leader, Brent Steck. Brannigan picked up that big win at the NorCal Posse Shootout last year with the Wingless Sprinters. He'll motor down the back straightaway into turn 3 and off of turn number 4, give the win to Brent Steck in the 2STX over Sean Jones and Kevin Box. Well, good job there by the 2STX of Brent Steck, picking up the victory, able to fend off Sean Jones. Kevin Box ran 3rd, Heath Holtzclaw 4th, Paul Vandenberg and Kevin Gray, your final finishers. There's a look at Brent Steck on the FloRacing monitor as he exits back to the pit area. The Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Sprints will be back out for the final main event of the evening later on. Next up should be the NARC 410 Dash. With that, I'll pass it back over to Mr. Andrew Kunis once he is ready.
All right. Time for our Beacon Wealth Strategies Raymond James Trophy Dash. Beacon Wealth Strategies features a complete team of professionals to offer a depth of resources, expertise, and commitment needed to actively manage and preserve your wealth. And here is your lineup for your 6-lap dash. On the pole in the 88N, and the No Ag entry out of Hanford, California, the rider-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by Netto Ag, Penny Newman Green, and Vandepol. That's DJ Netto. Starting second in the 2X, in the Mitri Motorsports entry out of Aromas, California, Fisher-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by MitriConstruction.com, U-Bus Center Aviation, North County Plastering, High Performance Lubricants, FK Rod Ends, and TJ Forge. It's the defending NARC champion, Justin Sanders. Starting third in the 83T, he won the first heat race earlier this evening. Out of Lincoln, California, driving the family's rider-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by California Waterfowl, Taylor Morrison, K1 Race Gear, Aerie Helmets, and CPC Concrete, is Tanner Carrick. Quick hot lap. Starting fourth in the 17W, the Matt Wood Racing entry out of Fremont, California. Kistler Power KPC chassis, sponsored by NOS Energy Drink, Southern Pacific Farms, and MB Drywall. He won heat race number 2. That's Shane Golobic. Starting fifth in the 7 car, the Snow Racing entry out of Glendale, Arizona, driving a XXX chassis, sponsored by Gary Silva Ranches, Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, in XXX Race Co., Safety Clean, Walker Filtration, Collins Brothers Towing. That's Ashton Torgerson. And starting 6th in the 83V, the Vertulo Racing entry out of Oakley, California, Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Gary Silva, Bowman & Sons, Vallejo and Martinez Coin Exchange, Air One HVAC, Morris Concrete, and Silva's All Natural Beef.